go live. And we are live. Yes, it's that time again. It's me. Cheers, everyone. Oh, wrong way, sorry. Let's do that way. Keep calm and drink water. Although this is tea. I've got my H2O here. Good evening, everyone. Where have you been? I've been waiting for you all since, I don't know, about 4 o'clock. I was all ready by 4. I don't know what's going on with me. I've had such a busy day as well. Maybe that's why. I'm going to say hello to everyone in just a second. Just having my tea. I had a nice dinner. I'll tell you all about that in a second. I had nice tea or dinner, whichever part of the country you come from that you call it. I'm wearing different shades tonight. Got the reading glasses on tonight, so a little bit sharper. I had like a hunter's chicken tonight. What have you had? What have you had for dinner? I had a hunter's chicken. So I did like chicken wrapped in bacon, and I had some nutritional yeast on it, which is packed full of B12. All very relevant, you see. All very relevant. And what else? Yeah, I just had that. I didn't have any carbs. I don't think I had 2 pieces of chicken, nice chicken breast. I don't think you always need it. But yeah, it was lovely. It was really delicious. So how is everyone? How are you all? Are you all keeping healthy? So first of all, let's do the legalities and adjust that very slightly. Oh, do you want to see my t-shirt? Okay, so tonight's t-shirt. Oh, it's got my light behind me. Tonight's light is being powered by the power bank. Right, let's just move that over there a second. Here's the t-shirt. There we go. If you've never heard of them, they're the Black Heart Orchestra. I've seen them a couple of times. They're very good. A bit gothic-y, you know, but nice. I think I've got a new album coming out on Monday or something like that. But yeah, they're really nice. So just to remind everyone, I'm not a doctor, as it actually says here, not an actual Dr. Robert. And this show is for fun and for information and everything else. So that's it, just for legal reasons. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you all about my week. But first of all, let's just say hello to everyone. Let's go to the chat, because I know you love me putting your comments in the chat. Not. So let's have a look. I'm going to scroll up to the top here and say hello to everyone. My God, Wish Fix. Did you get out of the bed the wrong side? Early yet again. Is there some kind of award or a medal, perhaps? I think you might deserve a raccoon shirt, maybe. Wish. Maybe. Yeah. Mr. Hagan, how are you? Hello. Uni, how are you? Taylor, how are you? Annette is in. Excellent show last night, Jimmy. Greetings to you, Wish Fix. Kitty's in. Chris Partridge is in. And who else have we got here? Spanish. Hello, the chicken. I had some chicken. It wasn't Spanish, but it was hunter's chicken. It was delicious. Fucking hell, not this coon again. Oh, you don't mean it, Spanish. I know you don't really. Yeah, did I say hello to Chris? Yeah, Chris Partridge. Hello, Chris. Tony's in. Hello, Tony. Non, how you doing? Jerry, how are you? Mia, Media Mogul. Hi. Anyone else I'm missing here? Let's go to the bottom here. Nubin. Hello, Nubin. Thanks for joining us. Miss Blue Sky. Hello, Miss Blue Sky. And yeah, I think that's it. So who have we got? Oh, we've got 17 watching tonight, which is great so far. So good. Hello to everyone who's watching the replay as well. Welcome to the show. And if you don't know the format by now, it's time you learned it. So what are we going to do tonight? We're going to talk about vitamin B12. It's not as much information about B12 tonight, but I think there's some really, really important things to listen to about the information that I've discovered, because I think it's easy to miss a B12 deficiency in your health. If you've got a B12 deficiency, it could be easy, and it's easy to not link it to a B12 deficiency. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the chat. Let me have. I think I've got some notes actually. I think I wrote some notes. Yeah, we're going to do some interactive chat with you. We're going to have an after show chat at the end as well, and we all love that. I don't know how long that went on for last time, but I left it, and I think it went on for ages and ages. There was about half a dozen people last time in the after show chat. We're going to have some health stories of the week. Okay, I just do like headlines that I don't want to go too much into details. I've got an interesting positive news story about some animals and a boat at sea and how it can help your health. And finally, of course, some terrible jokes. As you know, I'm very good at terrible jokes. So it's the usual format. So again, welcome if you're new here, and if you're not, where have you been? Any news? Anyone saying anything? And hello to everyone who's watching another show and then come back to us. Great to have you on board. I didn't catch Jimmy's show last night, but hello to Jimmy. Hello to and of course, I believe that Jason's still not very well. So, Jason, if you're watching, we wish you all much better and hope you're back soon, and we're back to some sort of normal format. That's about it. So how's everyone? What have you had for dinner tonight? Come on, tell me what have you what's the uni saying? Robert, do you think you could win a fist fight with anyone in here? Well, that's not very positive, is it? I mean, come on, ask me a better question. What did you eat for dinner tonight, uni? Did you have some bananas like are hanging up here? Did you go and tickle some of those animals that you like to play with? Did you? Chris has had sausages. You see, there we go. This is an interactive show. Chris has had sausages. What sort of sausages were they, Chris? Just normal porky ones? Have you been telling porky pies? What sort? Were they Cumberlands? Were they the ones with like bits of apple in or whatever? What did you have for dinner? Come on. Whilst you're thinking about that, I'll just tell you about my week. I've had a good week. I have a busy week. My news is, sadly, on the beginning of the week, I had to go to a funeral. I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but he was 91. So yeah. And he died apparently very, very peacefully. It was my partner's friend's father. The great news is that it was. Don't you love hearing these things about people when they tell you stories about who they were and what they did and stuff like that? Apparently, this man was a deep sea diver, so he was for the Royal Navy and other military things, and he used to do a lot of deep sea diving. With the old copper helmet, so the old fashioned one. And he was one of the first to try out rescue missions and things like this. And it was lovely. It was a lovely service. And it's funny because I was sitting there, and I was looking around in the crematorium, and I looked to my right, and I suddenly saw loads of water. And I thought, well, that's unusual to be in a crematorium with lots of water, around you. And then they started talking about him, and that he was this deep sea diver, and he loved being, obviously near water and God knows what. So I said to his wife is still alive. I said, did you choose this because of the water? And she said, oh, you got it. She said, yeah, we were going to go to Crown Hill Crematorium in Milton Keynes. She said, but, you know, we saw this one in Aylesbury has got water surrounding it. So we thought we'd come here. She said, well done for getting that. That's. I said, it just suddenly made sense. But it was a lovely service. Very, very few people there, sadly. Only about 20 people there. But they had a nice wake afterwards. We went back to a pub and it was very nice. They provided, I have to say, the best food that I have ever had personally at a wake. And I've been to a few funerals and wakes, I can tell you, being as young as I am. And it was a lovely service. And like I said, the food was just amazing. They had the wakey in a place called Buckingham. I'm sure you've heard of Buckinghamshire. Well, there's a town called Buckingham. And yeah, we had they had the service there, and it was really lovely. It was a lovely service. So yeah, we had that. What other good news? My partner's neighbour, who used to be very untidy, unclean with her garden and her house generally, moved out. The people have moved. So the housing association who manage the property have actually gone and started clearing out everything. I mean, they've chopped down these Leylandii trees. And I mean, I chopped my partner's Leylandii trees down last year. She's been there a year now. And these guys, you know, they came in with their 600-pound chainsaws and everything and chopped down these Leylandii. The good news is they've left us loads of logs. I requested them to leave us loads of logs, and they've left us loads of logs. And now you look out to the side window of my partner's house and you can see the fields, because she's the last house in the village where we live. And you can now see all the fields and everything. It's absolutely fantastic, you know, and there's more light coming through and everything. And we get lots of logs to burn, you know, as well over, you know, when we want a fire. So that's fantastic. I'm looking into getting one of the electric chainsaws. Maybe Jimmy can give me some recommendations. I can't afford one of these petrol ones for £600. You must be joking, mate. No way. So that was that. Oh, I got a new battery. I got a new battery for my Dyson. My Dyson decided to die. Now, apparently, I'm going to give you a little tip here. So if you've got one of these Dysons that, you know, recharge and everything, what you shouldn't do is always run it on full power. You should occasionally run it on the slower power, and you never plug it back in to recharge it until about 5 minutes after it's cooled down, because apparently this isn't good. So I don't know, but it was only like 18 months old. So we rang Dyson with the details, and Dyson have been very good, and they've sent us out another battery. So I just I've changed that, and it's all being charged up now. So I'm going to have super duper cleany carpets, which is great. I got some new trainers. Come on, everyone loves to get new trainers and new shoes. Everyone does. Yeah, I got some new trainers, and I wore them for the first time today, and they were really, really comfortable. Yeah, because unfortunately my car's still poorly, but we can't, you know, at least they're trying to fix it. I'm waiting for a new SAM unit to be rebuilt on my present SAM unit, which is like a big fuse box that sits at the front of the car. And yeah, I'm waiting for that it's a long story, but I'm not going to go into it. So yeah, I've got some new trainers. So that's good. What else? Oh, yes. Today I sorted out some health appointments as we're on a health show. My mum, who's 87, if you've listened to previous shows, you might have heard her ringing once. And she's been waiting a long time to have a cataract operation. And you know, like a couple of years. And it's got really bad. Her eyes got really, really bad now. So I chased it up, and basically I got told, oh yeah, it's going to be not until maybe next March or whatever. To which I said, I'm not happy about that. So I then chased up the doctor, and I've got the doctor to write to the consultant to get the appointment hurried up, because she's like getting double vision now, and she's literally blind in that eye. And my mum's quite active. She likes to go out, and no one knows how long they've got left. But I do feel that sometimes in this National Health Service, which I've worked in, that they put people off because they just don't want to spend the money on their care. I just don't think that they just think, oh, maybe the next vaccine might do the job. Might send her off to bye-bye lands, to die-dies. So, but my mum's as strong as an ox. I don't agree with her having her flu vaccine this week or her booster last week, but it's her choice, and everyone has a choice. Personally, like I said to you, I don't agree with it, but there you go. And she's all right. She's doing absolutely fine, which is great. And also, she's got spondylitis, my mum, which is a curvature of the back of the spine. She was waiting to have some special injections to relieve the pain. And it's been a long process. She's had it done once many years ago, but she's in a lot of pain now. And so we're trying to get her to have it done. She wanted to have it done again. They referred her from pain management clinic to the consultant. The consultant sent her to a private, said, yeah, go and have it done at a private clinic. And we waited and waited, and I chased it up, and eventually I rang them today and I said, what's happening? Oh, we've written to your mum 2 weeks ago, and we don't do that anymore. I said, oh, that's great. That's great. So what happens now? Oh, you'll be referred back to the hospital. So I ring the hospital department, and what do they tell me? They go, oh, so yeah, we've got her referral, and yeah, it's probably going to be about 50 weeks. What? 50 weeks for an 87-year-old woman to have this? No. So eventually I said, is there any alternatives other than like maybe doing what they're doing, getting the GP to write about her cataracts? That's what's happened with her cataract. The GP's writing to the consultant, and they're going to speed it up. So that should be done pretty soon. But I just wasn't confident about that process happening with her back. So they've offered us an appointment in London. So I'm off to London next Thursday, down to Highgate. Highgate's where George Michael used to live. Might pop and see his old place. See if we could smell the marijuana. Yeah, so we're off to a private hospital in Highgate, and we're going to go and see the consultant. I don't think they'll do the treatment on the day, but at least it's happening, and it's great. I'm really happy for my mum. So that's that. Are you taking your vitamin D? We've run out of sun now. Come on. Don't forget some squirts. Take the Deluxe, a couple of squirts under your tongue twice a day, and take your vitamins if you can. Try and get the vitamin C in your body. Are you drinking your water? Yeah, getting water in your body. Yeah, are you drinking your water? And don't forget a little bit of salt before you drink your water if you can, so that it gets into your cells. Let's not forget that. I got some new essential oils. Someone recommended me some essential oils. I'm just going to quickly talk about them, actually. And I got some new beeswax. Let's show you my new beeswax. Here's my new beeswax. There we are. It says it's 100% pure beeswax made from naturally occurring honeycomb with no additives. So yeah, I tried to get the best beeswax. This is to make my salve. So yeah, I'm happy about that. It's a new type of beeswax, and I got some essential oils, new essential oils. So I got some. I got some honeysuckle, and I got some neroli oil. So I'm going to test these out in my salve on the next batch that I make. And I just want to talk to you about essential oils. And I think we should maybe, we could possibly do a program about essential oils, in the future. So I just want to talk to you. So 15 wonderful benefits of neroli essential oil. So what is neroli essential oil? Neroli is essential oil extracted from citrus fruit. Because of this fact, most of its medicinal properties match those of other citrus essential oils. This oil is extracted by steam distillation of flowers of neroli, which is the botanical name Citrus aurantium. Citrus aurantium. There we go. There is another name, Citrus vulgaris, which is often assigned to it as well. So the chief component of this essential oil is alpha pine, alpha terpene, beta pine, and lots of other different things. Anyway, but what are the basically? I'm just going to quickly run through what are the health benefits of neroli oil. It apparently can help relieve these things: chronic depression. It can act as an aphrodisiac. I say, get my salve, and you never know what may happen. It helps prevent infection. It kills bacteria. It keeps you warm. Apparently, neroli oil is a very good choice to give you protection from cold during winters. So that would be good right now. So you might want to look into getting some neroli oil yourself. It's carminative, apparently, which is it's good in your stomach. It helps bloating and indigestion and things like that. It's great for skin care, which is why I'm getting it as well. It's can I say this? Citropylatic. Neroli oil promotes the generation of new cells and stimulates the health of those already present. This makes you grow bigger, stronger, and healthy. My God, that's a really good thing. It reduces infection. It handles spasms and has a sedative effect. Acts as a tonic, also as a deodorant, promotes digestion and moisturizes your skin. I mean, that's pretty good. And then there's also honeysuckle oil. And obviously honeysuckle oil comes from honeysuckle plant. It's particularly recommended for people who wish to treat inflammation conditions, split ends, hair loss, too late for me, skin inflammation conditions, irritations, wrinkles, headaches, diabetes, chronic disease, pain, anxiety, stress, and depression. And it's also got antioxidant properties. It can help control diabetes, might eliminate headaches, might relieve chronic pain, hair care, skin care, may boost your mood, might improve digestion, oral care, might help in releasing stress. It's a room cleaner. Massage may eliminate toxins. So yeah, again, I'm going to test these out in my my products. So there you go. So where are we? Let's come back to you guys. Oh, guys, I said it. I don't care. I said it, Sonny. I don't really give a shit. So what's happening in the chat? What did I say? What's been happening? What's been happening? So I've been talking a lot of stuff. So what have you interacted with me? What I've been saying? Let's have a look. See if there's any new people in. This man asked if I had dinner when it's only noon for me. All right. What did you have for lunch then? An apple? Kitty had chicken with a nice sauce as well tonight. Jerry, Chris says Asda Lincolnshire sausages with beans. There you go. Miss Blue Sky, Spanish omelette with spinach. I saw it in Lidl and actually not bad once you heat it up in the past. Okay. Jamie says, did the old man blow up the Nord Stream pipe by any chance? Rob. Yeah, I posted something in Telegram about who possibly blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, but that's a different show. That's a different show. Kerry Duff. Hello, Kerry Duff. Lack of B12 and it not being recognised early enough led to my mum getting pernicious anemia. Yep, that's right. I was going to talk about that, and led to her dementia. Take more B12 rich foods, folks. Well, welcome, Kerry, and thanks for your input there. Paul Green, not many deep sea divers live to that age, notorious for short lifespans in that job. Oh, interesting. Well, I suppose so, Paul Green. It must be all to do with, you know, oxygen and that sort of stuff, I would imagine. Kerry Duff saying hello to Miss Blue Sky. Newbin. Anything else being said here? Selling is asking the red light district of Amsterdam. Jimmy, need to activate my IKEA account. Right, okay. So there's some interactive chat going along amongst people. Chris Partridge, please don't burn the logs gratuitously just as you need them. Chris, I don't. We just burn them as we need them. If I had money, I'd buy a Makita electric chainsaw, battery powered. They're about 400 quid. Do you know how much the trousers are, Chris? You know, because I wouldn't use one without the proper protective trousers. I think they are Mylar. I think they are, or something like that. You know, Kevlar. So yeah, they're about 160 quid apparently. Wishfix says by March there won't be a single tree left standing in England. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's some naughty talk going on between Spanish Chicken and a few others. Jimmy saying, so if you're buying a chainsaw, there are several factors to take into consideration. Would recommend a middle range saw, 2-stroke for a lifetime use, so long as it's not every day. 8 days, 24 hours. I mean, it's 7/24. I think it's being funny there. Oh, you can use CBD oil to remove cataracts. Mia, have you got any experience of this? And how long would it take? Please add your comment in. That's interesting. I'm not sure my mum would go that far, but that's a really, I don't know if anyone knows, I used to be an eye specialist, so I am quite knowledgeable about eyes. I was a diabetic retinal screener, and we used to, pardon the pun, but we used to see a lot of cataracts. Chris is saying about 2-stroke chainsaws for about £120 from Tool Station or somewhere like that. Is that any good? Jimmy, would you recommend that? Tony saying castor oil for cataracts. Again, I'll look these up. It's interesting, but it's good to get out there. So anyone who thinks they may have cataracts, Wishfix, yeah, I know. Or you could go private next week with the same specialist. Absolutely. And a cataract operation, I believe, is £2,000. Uni's never been to a hospital. This man said vitamin D. Yeah. Wish has only been to hospital a few times, 7 times. New Bean saying vitamin D, 10,000 to 15,000 once or every other day. Me takes. Good. Yep. Spanish said, good, Rob. Stick up for the feckers. They stuck up for you. Yep. Castor oil, make sure it's cleanly pressed. No hexy something or other in it. Okay, that's interesting. Miss Blue Sky's thanking me for the reminder to take the vitamin D. What does the D stand for? Well, I know it stands for deluxe in the one that I take, Uni. Jerry says it's more of a hormone than a vitamin, Uni. Absolutely, Jerry. Vitamin D is a hormone. So once we lose the sun, you're losing that particular hormone. You really, really need it, and it will help protect you from, as you well know, I'm not a great lover of people saying that viruses exist, you know, but I think that when seasons change and our bodies start to detox from the year, from all the crap that we put in it, like too much tea, and drinking and the food and you know, we lose the sun and we detox. So you know, there's lots of things that can bring on this sort of thing. You know, so yeah. What else have we got? Wish Fixer says he's never owned a television. Well done, Wish Fix. I did. I haven't had one in 10 years. They don't call it broadcasting for nothing. Get it? Spells. Broadcasting spells. Let's have a look. Anyone else? Miss Blue Sky says that's really good to know about neroli oil. I know essential oils are natural and beneficial, but never realised just how many benefits they each have. Would you like a show on essential oils? Should we talk about essential oils? Doesn't have to. We don't have to go into great details. You know, we can just go through some of the key ones that might be good. And again, you can also interact with me and tell me your experiences about it. Mama's in. Mama is my sister, and my sister. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna promote my sister here for a moment. My sister makes these amazing different crocheted items, and I said to her, she's on some of these sites, and I said, well, you know, just send me where it is and I can promote you on here. You know, if anyone's interested, there's a few ladies that watch. Some of you may make your own stuff, but I'm going to just show you some of the stuff that she makes. Here we go. So here are some of the items that she makes. So there's that. What else? Sorry, I'm going to try and. That's rubbish. I can't see. It's too bright. What about that? No, can't see. That's bloody rubbish. Okay, what about this? Oh, there we go. See, she makes. So there's a little handbag there. You can see that. Very nice. What else? She does phone holders as well. More handbags. I think that's a little handbag. There you go. There's the phone holders with different colours. You can see them. My mum's got one, and I saw it today, and I was so impressed with it. It's really, really, really good. Front purse. There we go. Look. So she makes loads of different things. If you want to go and see it, they're on Vinted. Vintage, just search Mama 2306. Mama, put it in the chat. So if anyone wants to go and see it, put a link in the chat so they can go and see it. But don't go and see it now. You've got to stay here. Or you can just have me in the background and go and see it. See, I'm lovely like that. And also, she's on Etsy as well. And again, Marion, put that on Etsy. Mama crochet shop. So yeah, go and have a look. So there you go. I've done my little bit of promotion for my sister there. She'll love me for that. Who else? John Smith. Hello, John. Hello, John Smith. Anyone else I've missed here before we start talking? Mick Ramo. Hello, Mick. Sun gazing. Yeah, I've heard that sun gazing good. You've got to be very careful with sun gazing, apparently. But yeah, late sun, you can stare at the sun as it's disappearing. You know, there are times when you can actually look at the sun, as we probably all know. But you don't want to do it when it's like high midday sun or whatever, where it's really hurting your eyes and you're squinting. But yeah, it's meant to be very, very good for you as well. I think I said hello to John Smith. Lionshare. Hello, Lionshare. Lionshare. Ease to all. Robert is Tess tea tastes really bad for us. I drink about 7 cups a day. Oh, tea. What, tea? How do you feel? You feel okay? Look, we've all got bad habits. I used to smoke weed. I gave it up at the beginning of the year. So, we've all got bad habits, but sometime we're going to probably drop them. I don't drink a lot, but occasionally I like a glass of wine. This show is about not trying to make you or me or anyone else into some sort of, perfect person. It's about just trying to make slight changes to try and improve your health. Let's have a look. Anything else down here? John, I think we're up to date. And thanks, Rob. Love you lots. Love you too, Marion. Yeah, put your link in, Marion, please. Yeah. Oh, Amanda's in. Hello, costumes over for the evening. Nice bit of fish she's having. Lovely. Good. Okay, so let's talk about where are we? Yeah, 12, blimey, 25 to 9 already. So let's talk about B12. Okay. So for good health, B12 has to be part of our nutritional intake. But how can we get it? And it's often misunderstood. And as a result, there are many myths around the vitamins. So what exactly is it? Where can we get it from? What foods with B12 should people be eating? Vegans in particular. Okay. So what is B12? B12 is essential. And I'll try and really emphasize that, essential for our physical and mental health, because it's involved in many vital processes. Okay. We've already heard someone mention it in the chat. It aids us in producing red blood cells, creating DNA and RNA, maintaining a healthy nervous system, and releasing energy from food. A deficiency can lead to serious problems such as we already heard, anemia and damage to the nervous system. I'm sure I said that wrong. Anemia, that's the one. Yeah. How much vitamin B12 do I need? So for people aged over 40, it's recommended the daily intake of B12 is 2.4 micrograms, the amount found in 1 or 2 tablespoons of fortified nutritional yeast. Let me go back so you can see this. There's some fortified nutritional yeast. You can get this on Amazon. You can get it in shops. Okay. And this is quite nice. I had this on my chicken tonight, and it's got like a cheesy sort of taste, and it's not bad at all. My brother's a vegetarian, so I don't know if he takes this, but it's a good way to get some B12 if you don't eat a lot of meat. I'm going to come back to that. So yeah, there you go. I'm trying to encourage you all to have that. So back to B12. So how can, as I just said, vegans get enough B12? You can get it from potatoes. It's naturally occurring on potatoes, beetroot, and other root vegetables. But the move away from natural fertilizers has caused it to disappear from our soil. So I've said this before. The soil has been corrupted since the industrial farming started in the 1930s, certainly in the United Kingdom. If you think how many times we farm the land and how many now pesticides, etc., that we put onto the land, that the nutritional content of the soil has just depleted, which is why it's important to get your minerals and vitamins from things like salt and other ways, like just also supplementing as well. These days you can get from vegan sources which are been fortified with it, which I've just talked to you about. Also, there's some cereals, non-dairy milks, non-dairy yogurt, bread, Marmite, vegan meats. I love Marmite. And fortified nutritional yeast, which I've just showed you. What else now? So lack of symptoms. Some of this may repeat, so bear with me. Vitamin B12 or folate deficiency, anemia, can cause a wide range of symptoms. These usually develop gradually, but can worsen if the condition goes untreated. Anemia is where you have fewer red blood cells than normal, or you have abnormally low amount of substance called hemoglobin in each red blood cell. So general symptoms of anemia may include fatigue, extreme tiredness, lack of energy, breathlessness, feeling faint, headaches, pale skin, palpitations, hearing sounds coming from inside the body rather from at the outside source, like tinnitus, loss of appetite and weight loss. Also, you've got things like a pale yellow tinge to your skin, sore red tongue, mouth ulcers, pins and needles as well, changes in the way that you walk and move around. You can have disturbed vision, irritability, depression, changes in the way you think, feel, and behave, a decline in your mental abilities. Now, this is what someone said in the chat, that I think her mum got dementia. There we go. A decline in your mental abilities such as memory, understanding, and judgment, dementia. Some of these symptoms can also happen in people who have a vitamin B12 deficiency but are not developed anemia. Okay. Complications of B12, so it's all new. It's a lot of it is neurological problems which affect your nervous system. So again, it can be vision problems, it can be memory loss, it can be pins and needles, loss of physical coordination. So you're dropping stuff, which can affect your whole body and cause you to maybe mix your words up when you're speaking. Or it can cause you to, start not being able to walk properly. You can get peripheral neuropathy. Now, this is also something that diabetics get, where the nerve endings are dying, and particularly get it in your legs. And the problem is that if this persists, right, it can be irreversible. Okay, so it's really, really important. I don't know if I've written this down, but I'm going to talk about it. But I'm going to try and remember something. So let's just reiterate that. You're talking about fatigue, pale or yellow skin, headaches, depressive symptoms, gastrointestinal issues with stomach, difficult concentrating, mental impairment, pain and inflammation of the mouth and tongue, and problems with your hands and feet, which is paresthesia, is a medical term which refers to burning or pins and needles sensation in certain parts of the bodies, muscle cramps and weakness, impaired coordination. This is a really important one for men and might get a laugh in the chat, but it's not funny. Erectile dysfunction. Men with B12 deficiency may experience erectile dysfunction as a result of increased levels of homocysteine in the body. Now, you can also, this is what I was going to try and remember, your B12 absorption levels go down from the age of 60, roughly. So again, please make sure you're getting enough B12 in your diet. If you are vegan or vegetarian, try and up it as we get to that age. I'm not far from that myself. So there you go. So what are the good sources of vitamin B12? So we've got meat is the obvious one. Okay, and I'll talk about the types of meat. Fish, milk. So we've got some. Now we're getting on to the dairy products. Fish, milk, cheese, eggs, and some fortified breakfast cereals. I'm not into fortified breakfast cereals, but I remember reading a story when they did the fortified cereals in America, and they put high levels of B vitamins and other things back in the 30s, and no one got ill. They were eating these cereals, and they were highly fortified. And one of the reasons they took it out is because the medical industry saw that it was doing too much good. So they took out all these fortified foods, and people started getting ill again, like cancer. What's the highest food in B12? I hear you ask. Yes, I hear you ask. So some of the richest sources are liver. I know you all love liver. Actually, it's one of those foods, isn't it, that you either love it or hate it, okay? I don't mind a bit of lamb's liver and bacon, okay? Liver and bacon with gravy and onions. Oh, delicious. I don't have enough of it, actually. I need to have more liver. Beef, obviously. Now, we all get lots of beef. I've got a little bit of a story about beef burgers in a bit later. Sardines. I'm not a great sardines fan, but again, clams and dairy products. But there are some, again, there are other fish products. So what's the healthiest way to get your B12? To increase the amount of vitamin B12 in your diet, eat more of the foods that contain it. It's as simple as that. So you're talking about beef, liver, chicken, fish, shellfish, I said it right, such as trout. That's not a shellfish. Oh, fish. Okay. So fish such as trout, salmon, tuna, and clams. I love a bit of tuna. I love tuna with onions and you know, you're making maybe some bacon and things like that. Oh, that's lovely. Fortified breakfast cereal. I've said that again. Some low-fat milk, yogurt, and cheese, and eggs. Eggs are amazing. I think it's Kendo says he never gets ill, and he has 2 boiled eggs a day. I'm a great lover of eggs. They're packed full of omega-3, and I think you can really eat as many eggs as you like. And remember, eggs is a great fat, and it fills your brain up, so it stops you craving other foods. It's like I take a lot of fish oil as well, and the more fish oil is good. Again, it contains a lot of B3, and again, I suppose there's some B12 as well. But it fills your brain up and it stops you craving bad foods. So coming back to B12, if you're low or deficient in B12, go and see a healthcare professional, and they might likely recommend you have a test. And if they find that you are low in it, they may recommend a supplement or some injections. But yeah, just again, eat the foods if you want to try and increase your B12. All right. Or just go for fortified foods to increase your levels. Okay, folks. So that is it wasn't long. That's B12. So let's just go back to the chat and see what people have got to say. I just saw Paula there. I'm just going to say hello, Paula. I just saw that very quickly. And hello, Ken. I saw you, Ken, there. And right, where are we? Let's go up to the top here. Okay, so Wish is saying it's magic mushrooms season. Okay. Miss Blue Sky loves mushrooms but never had the magic kind. My sister Mama says that her partner is low in B12 and he has to have B12. I believe he's having injections. Her husband has injections. Chris is asking, baked beans? I don't know, Chris. I don't know. Look it up. Or I might quickly Google it for you, or maybe you can do that. Lion's Share is saying that I thought that was a lack of iron. So yeah, it's also a lack of iron as well. Kendo is saying I'm lurking. Hi everyone. Green tea and honey is nice. Did you hear me just say about you there, Kendo? Lion's Share. In other words, lack of B12 causes everything. Yeah. I mean, I know. There's a lot of stuff that it can cause, but think about your diet. Think about what symptoms you might have yourself and how that might be linked to different things. And again, if in doubt, go and see either a nutritional specialist. This was the thing I was going to say, is that sometimes I've also read that they can do a blood test on you, and it can show up that you have got B12, enough B12 in your body. But for people, and this is the other thing I read, for people that have had gastrointestinal problems and have a stomach operations, it can show in your blood that you've got enough B12, but it doesn't mean to say that it's going to be absorbed into your body properly. Now, I believe there is another type of test that they can do. So again, you know, speak to your doctor or go and speak to, you know, someone alternative to a doctor. But yeah, it can easily be missed. So and like someone said, you know, their mum had a B12 deficiency and didn't know it and got dementia. And also drugs can also, if people are on drugs, things like metformin can also deplete your body of B12. So again, you've got to be careful of that as well. You know, if you're a diabetic. My tea's getting cold because I made it like 50 minutes ago. Okay, what else have we got here? Lion's share. Okay, off to the B12 shop tomorrow, and we'll purchase tons. Yeah, great. You can get B12 as a supplement. I don't personally take it. I eat a lot of meat. So again, if you're Lion's share, if you feel you're worried about it, do take it. Again, you know, try and increase your amount. Wish Fix says onions increase testosterone. There you go. And Tony says that cats are a good source of B12. I think we've discovered that Tony is not a great cat fan. Well, I am, Tony. So diddy no. Meow. Poached egg, but organic though, says Kitty. Yeah, organic eggs are great. Absolutely love organic eggs. They're getting so expensive though. Jimmy's asking what's the health benefits of human liver. Yeah, we might be going towards that as the food's running out, Jimmy. But hey, never know what might happen in the future. You could be eating those doggies, Tony. Not just the pussycats, but the doggies. Let's have a look. Now, see, Kendo and his eggs. Look at him. I've had 4 today, Robert. Sensible man, Kendo. I love my eggs. I think I had some eggs this morning. I had 1 egg, I think, this morning. But I do try and have eggs every day if I can. I love an egg salad. I love an egg salad. I really do. Wishfix says he's had raw in small amounts. Too much gives stomach ache. Yeah, I wouldn't have it myself. No. Paula said a bit late, but got here. Hi Rob, good vibes, greetings, chatters. I'll catch up directly with the beginning. Lovely. Welcome, Paula, and a few people saying hello. John says eggs are one of the best all-round food you can eat. Again, I'm a great fan of eggs, John. Absolutely agree with you. I'm a great fan of eggs. Lion's share, mint tea is very nice. Miss Blue Skies, eggs are amazing. Soft boiled is lush. Poached. Wish Fix is on about the mushrooms again. Good and fungi. God provides. Yep. And microdosing apparently is very good for depression and things like that. Not that I'm recommending it, but it's what I hear. Tony says, aren't beans a pulse food along with lentils? Yes, they are. Absolutely. And I'm going to say it again, start stocking up on lots of tins, like beans, like cannelloni beans, or mixed beans, anything like that. Tins that will last 2 to 3 years, because I personally believe we've got some shortages coming. I'm not trying to put the cat amongst the pigeons and worry you or stress you, but personally, I would recommend anyone go out. I started buying tins, and some of those tins are now like double the price when I started buying them. So again, it's just trying to hedge your money as well, because money's running out. It's not running out. They're just printing too much of it, so it's decreasing in value. What else have we got here? Okay. Kitty loves beef. Kerry Duff. Hello, Kerry. I don't know if I said hello to you, Kerry. I definitely recommend seeing another health professional for that reason. Our doctors don't yet have enough awareness in our experience. Kerry, I would completely agree with you there, actually. Doctors, they literally just jump on their computer and start looking up what's wrong with people. And remember, with nutrition, in 7 years of training to be a doctor, they're lucky if they get 2 weeks training on vitamins and minerals. So, because again, it's all about allopathic medicine and to take away the naturopathic way to try and heal the body, because there's no money in naturopathic, not for the medical industrial complex, as some people call it, and as I'll call it as well. So Kendo is saying goji berries are right good for sorting your blood out. Yep. Any sort of berries, it's very good for you. I bought some, just going out of date, blueberries today. 2 packets down to 40p each, in the freezer, wrapped around with some cling film around the packaging, in the freezer, ready for my smoothies. Goes into my smoothie. Got some pineapple as well. I like to put lots of different things in my smoothies. I try and have a smoothie once a day, and that's the way I get my vitamin C. Have you got your vitamin C powder? Again, you can put it in a smoothie and get the vitamin C that's got the salt in it. It's much easier on your stomach. It doesn't make you so loose, and you can drink it easier if you put it in a drink like that. Tony's allergic to cats. Told you. Meow. Meow. I was going to pull out a cat story today, but I'm going to save you from that. Chris says omelette egg with bacon, mushrooms, cheese, and onion. Yep. Someone's swearing at uni. Nothing new there as well. What else have we got? Nubian is saying, what is eggy soldiers? It's basically like toast or bread dipped in egg, and so when you have a boiled egg, a soft boiled egg, you cut it into little pieces, Nubian, into like little fingers, and then you dip it into your egg, and they're eggy soldiers. That's what I understand anyway. Tony Kendo says, every time I walk past a chicken, it tells me to F off. Okay. And Wishfix says this, which I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Wishfix, for agreeing with me, or concurring, if that's the right word. Just stock up. Prices are going up. Yep, and your savings are going down because they're printing so much money. If you don't know it, we all nearly lost our pensions last week when the pound nearly completely went to zero. It's going to zero. So I think it was Chris. I think Chris Partridge posted about an app in the Telegram chat about a gold app, and that looked pretty good. I was talking to my son about that today. So yeah, I'm going to look into that, Chris. And Chris has also said, I'd be glad of an apocalypse. I've got 3+ months of tins getting in the way now. Well done, Chris. I'm with you, brother. I think I've got about 6 months of tins, something like that. Yeah, there you go. Nubian, small slices of bread dipped into the egg, said Lion Share. I was right. There you go. We agree with each other. Okay, so there's something going on about training, 2 weeks training. I don't know what that is. Nubian. Lionshare says, take away the money. What would happen to the medical industrial industry then? Yep. We'd all go back to natural remedies again, wouldn't we? Fresh ginger, says Kitty, is really good for you and loves to keep colds and flus away, and is good for your health. Good for your stomach even. Yeah, and again, I'm actually growing ginger in my partner's polytunnel, and I'm thinking to put it in my salve because ginger is very anti-inflammatory, and my salve is all about reducing pain and inflammation in your body. And again, I've said it, I don't mind, I'll keep saying it. It's amazing. It's I'm just getting nothing but great reports about it. My son's partner has just had an operation on her legs, and she's just starting to use it. So I'll be getting some feedback from her as well. Yeah, interest in petrol is going down, lion's share, but not enough, I would say. And Jimmy makes a good point. I mean, I think, Jimmy, they're going to run out anyway. I think we won't have any more money by 2028. The pensions will disappear. Everything that I've read anyway. But Jimmy's saying you lost your pensions back in 2014 when they went to negative interest rates. Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you there. Okay, so there you go. Nubian. Then it's not the same. Then when I heard Robert's description, Fatiga ridara is bread dipped in eggs, but then fried. Okay. That's yeah, that sounds good as well. I like the sound of that. I should try that. But fried. You know, I'm not against frying actually, and apparently if you what's not good is vegetable fats with frying. Animal fats are meant to be very good for you if you're frying. You know, frying has got a high boiling or heat point that could go carcinogenic. When I cook meats or anything like that, I do try and get the beef dripping out of the fridge and use that rather than vegetable oil, because my partner's brother he's a butcher, and he gave me some lovely beef dripping. I've got one tub in the freezer and one tub in the fridge, and it's great for cooking and for frying up vegetables or anything like that. So yeah, try and use animal fats if you can, but if you're vegan, then yeah, I can understand not using that. Chris is saying it's called the Glint app. You can store your money as gold, but still access it with a MasterCard. Yeah, it looks really good, Chris, I have to say, and it's fully insured, isn't it? By Lloyd's of London, apparently. So that's a really good thing. So yeah, Glint app looks really good. So I'm gonna definitely look into that more, because I think that we are going to lose cash. People talk a lot about cash is king, you know, and we've got to keep using cash. And I'll say this till the cows come home. Cash used to be great, but what's the point in cash when it's constantly being devalued because the banks are just going like this, printing it, printing it, printing it, printing it. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? The more cash that's printed, the more it's going to devalue. You know, that's why I like certain cryptocurrencies, because you know, they're only going to have certain amounts of crypto. You know, like the one that I particularly invest in. There's less, I think, than the amount of Bitcoin, and most of it has been sold. And so far, in the last 3 months, I've made 150% profit in what we call a bear market. If you don't understand what that means, it means that the market is pretty low and stable and dreary and not very profitable. But in the last 3 months, Bitcoin's not done a lot at all. And my particular crypto that I'm investing in has made 150% profit in a bear market. So when it starts to really pick up the market, I think that's going to be an excellent investment. But I think also gold will be and any sort of precious metals like silver as well. I was talking to my son about this tonight. So yeah, anything like that would be great as well. We don't mind diversifying on this health show because you can have good health as well in your finances. See, like what I did there? Absolutely. Right, let's get back to this chatty watty. Chatty watty. The fuck is chatty watty? Oh dear. Jimmy says we were talking about ginger, and Jimmy saying I believe ginger is an antibiotic. Absolutely. Oh, I've got loads of. My partner gave me. We've got the next door neighbour. Has got an apple tree, but also she was my partner was given by someone in her drama group. Loads and loads of apples. Look at this. Look at this. I've got a bag full of apples here. Look, a bag full of apples. Look at those lovely jubblies. Look at that. Look at those. Look at those. I'm going to have an apple. I think I'm going to try and make some apple cider vinegar. What do you reckon? Yeah. So I'll try and make some apple cider vinegar. Because apparently that is very well, you know, I love apple cider vinegar. It's very good for your digestion. It's a probiotic. It's a prebiotic. It's just generally really, really good for you. So, yeah. Wishfix says doctors only know what they have been taught by the Rockefeller medical regime. They know nothing about natural remedies. Completely right. The naturopathic in medicine was hijacked, wasn't it, by the Rockefellers through the Carnegie Institution, if I'm right, Wishfix, who sent out, who basically contacted all the universities throughout America and offered free study and to get your degrees, and basically obliterated the naturopathic medicines and yeah, brought in allopathic medicines. All follow the money. That's all it is, isn't it? Follow the money. I know, Kerry, you're shocked about doctors only spend 2 weeks learning about vitamins. That's crazy. Yeah. But it's true. I speak the truth. Trust me. I used to work with a GP, right? Okay. So I was a diabetic retinal screener in the NHS. And I used to what we call diagnose eyes and grade them. And I used to sit next to one of our clinical leads was a GP. And she knew I was very much into vitamins. She used to ask me about vitamins. I used to have to tell her about vitamins. Now, I've got no degree. Now, I'm not a big lover of degrees. I think degrees are something that, you know, you have to come out with, you have to agree with your peers about a certain method, and you have to be good at remembering stuff. And if you're a bit way and a bit woe with your opinions, you're probably not going to get your degree. So I'm not a big lover of degrees, and that's why I'm not a great lover of GPs. I told a story on here. My partner's stepmom got poisoned by a GP. She was given an antibiotic that she shouldn't have been given because she's over 60 years of age or 65. And basically, it almost destroyed her liver. And whatever you think about alcohol, she can never drink again. And she used to like a drink occasionally, you know, like maybe some of us do, but she can never drink again. And that was just a GP making a huge mistake by recommending an antibiotic that she shouldn't have recommended. Please go back and look at that story. I've only done 5 shows, so you can go back and have a look. I wasn't as good as I am now, though. Let's have a look. Paula is saying ginger and honey. Ginger and honey's are great. Yep. I put honey, Paula, in my smoothie. I have a teaspoon of honey that goes into it. I have coconut oil. I'd like to talk about coconut oil one day. I think coconut oil is very misunderstood. I think she's a funny name, isn't she? Misunderstood. You have Miss Blue Sky and then you have misunderstood. Dad joke, sorry. More terrible jokes coming soon at 9:10. Or it's whatever time if you're watching the replay. No, we're down to 20 people. I must be getting rubbish. I did have 26. Okay. Shut up, Rob, you knob. Can't give a tenner in a card. Fuck that shit. Cheers, Spanish. I'll be talking to you after the show because I know you're going to come into the after show chat and chat up those girls that normally jump on. Yeah, we know. We know. You and Dinny. Yes. Jimmy saying cash is only devaluing because it's based on nothing in the first place. Easy to fix. Yeah, possibly. That's for another show. You can talk about that if you want, Jimmy, on Friday maybe. So anyway, look, let's just go to the bottom here. I'm going to miss some. I could just talk all day. Kerry saying turmeric, warm milk, and honey shot. My Indian friends got me into that. I like the sound of that. I love warm milk. I love, heating milk up. I used to love a milky coffee, Kerry, actually. I used to love a milky coffee. So I might try that, actually. Yeah, I might try that, actually, later. Yeah, I might give that a go. And Spanish is saying, rhubarb jam, stop it, kitty. Okay. No, we're not going to... This is for children as well, Miss Blue Sky. You've turned chicken into a big cock. So, back to the show. Here's some news for you. Here's some news headlines. Okay, this is from this week. The real-life Simpsons character, 6-year-old boy's skin turns yellow because he eats so many oranges. While children are always encouraged to eat fruit and vegetables, one 6-year-old in Devon, all right, those people down in Devon, they talk a bit like that, don't they, Spanish, eh? In Devon, a healthy habit led to them developing a bizarre Simpsons-esque yellowing of their skin. Poor little sod. Hospital parking fees scandal continues as analysis shows on-site charges are one charges £76 a day. Hospitals are piling pressure on ambulance services by charging patients up to £76 a day to park, campaigners warned yesterday. That's just disgusting, isn't it? It's again, I know. Let's go and pay a lot of money to speak to somebody that might poison me with some medicine. That's good, isn't it? Let's have a little drink. Excuse me. Rugby players are up to 15 times more likely to get deadly brain diseases like dementia, warns landmark study into sports silent scandal. It comes after Rugby World Cup winner Steve Thompson, who was diagnosed with dementia, admitted his career wasn't worth it because he'd rather not be such a burden on his family. I'm sure you wouldn't, Mr. Rugby World Cup winner Steve. I'm sure you wouldn't want to get dementia either, mate. An eye test can predict your heart disease risk. AI algorithm can tell whether you will die from the condition in 10 years. Researchers said their method developed in the UK worked by measuring the thickness of tiny arteries and veins on the retina. Narrow ones indicate the high risk of heart disease. Yeah, actually, these are like the photos that I used to take. I'm going to share this with you, actually, just so you get an idea of, what I used to, sort of photos that I used to take. Where is it? Let's just share screen. Chrome tab. Was it that? Window. Oh no, that one, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Look. So there we go. This one. There you go. So that's the sort of thing that I used to take photos of the back of the eye like that. That's the optic nerve here. Okay, and these are the blood vessels in the back. And diabetes basically restricts the oxygen flow, and therefore they can bruise, and then they can a rupture, and then it causes blood in the back of the eye, and we call this diabetic retinopathy. So there you go. That's what I used to do. Scientists move one step closer to a pill that can replicate exercise. Researchers in Massachusetts identified a stem cell in the body that morphs into a fat storing machine when people eat high-calorie diets. They believe it can be reversed with drugs in future. Well, again, it's a pill, and, I used to hate this. When I worked in the NHS, the patients used to come in, and if they got diabetes, they didn't want to change their habits. They just almost wanted just to put their hand out and say, "Or just give me the pill." And I wish I could have more. I could have had more time to talk to them and say to them, you need to change your life, and rather than just relying on the pill, because, like I said to you, metformin depletes your body of B12. It can have other effects in your body as well. So yeah, warning to late night snackers: eating later than 10 p.m. makes you store more fat and feel hungrier the following day. Doctors have warned against late eating for years because you don't have a chance to burn food off before you sleep. Now, Harvard experts have shown it also has a knock-on effect the next day. So there's that story. COVID inquiry will not drag on for decades. Baroness behind probe into number 10's pandemic failings says goal is to prepare country before another disaster strikes. The COVID inquiry that will examine the failings of the government and NHS response to the pandemic launched today, with the ex-judge in charge saying findings will not be decades away. And the other part of that story is, when will Boris be quizzed? Who else will be involved, and how long will it take before it finally kicks off? Back to impotence again. We talked about impotence earlier. Impotence drug routinely used to treat erectile dysfunction may also kill off cancer cells, researchers find. Drugs routinely used to treat erectile dysfunction could boost survival rates in people with certain cancers by making their treatment more effective. And following on from that, doctor reveals how your blood affects your sex life. Okay, so eating lots of red meat or ice cream damages the blood vessels, making it harder to maintain an erection or orgasm. Let me repeat that. Eating lots of red meat or ice cream damages blood vessels, making it harder to maintain an erection or orgasm. So what foods harm or hurt your sex life? What's bad for sex? Apparently iron, sugar and cholesterol. And what's good for sex is zinc, flavonoids like dark berries, blueberries, bilberries, blackberries, and vitamin B6, which is contained in fish, for example, salmon. An endocrinologist from Brooklyn, New York, warns that having bad blood can harm a person's ability to perform in the bedroom. She says that suffering from high blood sugar, high cholesterol, or eating a lot of iron could hurt a man's ability to maintain an erection. Replacing those foods with ones that are high in zinc, B6, or flavonoids can boost performance in the bedroom. And finally, remember I was talking about beef earlier? A burger might cheer you up. Beef is the only food linked to a lower risk of depression, study reveals. If the thought of a salad makes you glum, tucking into a burger is best for cheering you up, say scientists. Beef was the only food linked to a lower risk of depression in the study of 440,000 Brits. So there you go. Let's come back to the chat. Excuse me, just more drink here. I'm sure you're throwing innuendos around left, right, and centre in the chat. I've got a couple of more stories, and then some positive stories, and then some dreadful jokes for you. Time is moving on. It's 21:21. If you're watching this live, or if you're watching the playback, it's whatever time you're watching the playback. And we're down to 18 people now. I must be getting worse. Let's go up and let's see. So Kendo is saying coconut oil is good for the brain and nervous system function. Absolutely, Ken. Yep, that's why I have it. People say it's high in cholesterol. And people also talk about bad cholesterol and good cholesterol. Well, I've got a difference of opinion about that. I read a book from a guy called Dr. Russell Blaylock, if you want to look him up. And he thinks that things like coconut oil are good for you. And he's a brain surgeon, so I'm sure he should know. But I'm not actually a doctor, as it says down here on the screen there. See it? See there? Look. There. Not an actual Dr. Robert. Your taxes, says Tony, paid to build said hospital, so it can charge you. Yep, absolutely. Oh, Mia is saying SpaceX liftoff green screen. Has it lifted off, Mia? Yeah, I think it's a green screen as well, personally. Oh, it looks like there's some chat going on about colloidal silver. I might do a bit about colloidal silver one day as well. If you have had gallons and gallons, they will turn you blue with colloidal silver. Yeah, there was the guy who drank so much of it, he went blue. But that was a good hit piece for people to not have access to another natural medicine, colloidal silver. And why colloidal silver? What's it good? You get silver in silver bandages now as well, and this is nanoparticle silver. I'm sure you've all heard the expression "born with a silver spoon in your mouth." If you were very rich, your baby would suck on a silver spoon because it was good for your system. And if you go onto a plane, if you're lucky enough to be able to afford it, spray it in your eyes, spray it in your ears, spray it in your mouth, up your nostrils. I do it. I spray it every day, and I'm still here. I've not gone funny. Right, there you go. Let's put the lid back on that. I'm all silvery now. Oh. What else is being said? John says, I played rugby for 11 years and now I can't play the piano, but I couldn't play it anyway. I can play the piano. I know you all missed my piano tune at the beginning. I know you did. I know you love it normally, but there you go. I didn't have time to do one of my dreadful tunes this week and record it. So don't forget, join us for the after show party. It is a party. I'll put the link in. Shall I put the link in now? No. I'll put the link in, and you can join us then for the after show party. And Spanish is saying, don't eat, exercise, you fuckers, you lazy fuckers. There you go. Some wise words from Spanish. Miss Blue Sky, I used to be like just wanting a pill to fix a health problem, but I've learned natural is always better and for less chance of horrible side effects. Completely right. Completely right. Paula says, Miss Boo, likewise, we feel we free and healing what we can. Good vibes. Yeah. Energy, I believe, is also healing as well. You know, remember in music is in the frequency of 440. It used to be 443. And Nikola Tesla said that energy is healing. And Raymond Rife came out with a machine that would he found out all the particular resonance of pathogens in the body, and he was able to zap them with his machine, and they destroyed it in the end. So we've lost that sort of technology of how to heal our bodies. Too much booze is bad for you. Not getting a stiffy, says Lion's Share. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So take notice, all of you raccoonies who like to drink. Think about your stiffy in the future. Kitty thinks she's a vitamins freak. Could well be. Absolutely well be. Chris is saying what? SpaceX? Yeah, it's oh, fuck off, Spanish, you fucking tart. Catch up for fuck's sake. You catch up. That was 9. He says that at 9:23. Look, I'm here, aren't I? I'm having it. You bloody Bristolian little get you. I'll be chatting with you in the after chat. Where's Dinny tonight? I sent him the link. Maybe he heard that Uni was going to be here, so it put him off. Kitty swears by colloidal silver. Have we got a joke from John? Here we go. A flasher goes up to 2 nuns in the park and exposes herself. One nun was so shocked she had a stroke, but the other nun could none reach. The other nun could reach. Yes. 2 nuns in the bar having a bath. One drops the soap and says, "Where's the soap?" And the other nun says, "Yeah, it does, doesn't it?" Another bad nun joke there. Chris is asking me, what plants would you eat if you had to live in the wilds of Bedfordshire? Well, it depends on the time of year, doesn't it? I mean, I've seen lots of nuts at the moment, acorns. Apparently, you can make flour from acorns. But I think Jimmy said something about acorns might be poisonous in some way. I don't know. You got to be careful or something. I don't know. I'd look it up. I need to get. I mean, apples. Just showed you. My Morrison's. I said this before. Has got in the car park. There's a massive apple tree. And it makes me laugh because I never see anyone picking any apples. I try and pick some up when I go past. So, yeah. What about you, Chris? What would you do in wherever you live? I don't know where you live, Chris. Where do you live? Come and see us in the after chat, Chris, or don't. It's up to you. Newbie says, silver helped me a lot. Wounds, colds, herpes, gums, etc. Yeah, herpes is, you can just get cold sores there. Kerry saying, Chris, there's a channel called Atomic Shrimp. He goes foraging, shows you what's what, and how to cook it. Thanks, Kerry. Put a link up if you can find it, maybe. Always good. I'm not shy to share information, please. Spanish. This ain't the 1600s for fix's sake. Go to Asda. What if there's no Asda Spanish? Yeah? What you like? Okay, so we've got half an hour left. Well, half an hour-ish left. So I want to just talk about, there's some about a therapy that I read about. And it actually involves water and a boat. And healing of the deep on board the therapy boat that boosts mental health. Imagine the 1970s London. You're 8, no dad, a troubled mum. Home is a care facility for the next decade. You're scared. You're lonely. You want out. Where do you turn? In Joe Sabian's case, he looked to the sea. He bunked off school stealed onto a train, and he headed to Brighton. I think the term was absconded. It says why he wasn't sure. He only knew that sitting there on the shore, looking out across the deep blue, he found safely solitude, peace. Fast forward half a century, and this overlooked yet determined ward of the state is now a qualified mental health clinician who spends his weekends with the police helping talk people into acute distress down from bridges and cliff edges. What an amazing man. Today he enjoys kayaking and volunteers for his local lifeboat service in Falmouth. I know Paula lives down that way. The Cornish port town he now calls home. But it is Sea Sanctuary, the mental health charity that Sabian founded back in 2006 even, where his life experiences and maritime passions find their fullest expression. Using a combination of sail training, marine activities, and evidence-based therapies, the charity seeks to help people who are experiencing a range of mental and emotional problems. In April this year, Sea Sanctuary welcomed a new addition to its fleet, a stunning wooden tall ship named Irene. What a name, Irene. All right, Irene. Or is it Irene? Built in 1907, the 100-foot ketch has space for 8 guests plus a 5-person crew, skipper, first mate, deckhand, chef, and therapist. Participants who are either referred to by medical profession or applied by word of mouth spend 4 days sailing up and down the beautiful Cornish coast or upriver estuaries if the weather isn't quite so good. An all hands on deck atmosphere prevails, so hoisting the sails, trimming the ropes, and scrubbing the decks or not, most folk throw themselves in, but there's no obligation, says Sabian. People are invited to participate as much or as little as they want. They can even drive the big old boat if they want, he says. Every now and then the crew drops anchor and are led through some formal group work, but much of the therapy happens from building meaningful connections and informal one-to-one chats with the onboard therapists. At the core of Sea Sanctuary service is a profound belief in the restorative powers of the sea, its ability to make us forget, to lose ourselves, counterintuitively find our feet. Something about the sea, something precognitive beyond language, Sabian reflects. It allows us to feel connected to something greater than ourselves. To a medical ear, that probably sounds somewhat vague and non-clinical, and we were talking about that, hence moves within the research community in recent years to explain the psychological impacts of the deep. Theories now abound from the depression alleviating benefits of the negative ions, which I've talked about, and negatively charged molecules found in mist and spray, to the meditative effects of the sea's rocking motion. There's even a name for it called Blue Health. There you go, Miss Blue. Miss Blue Sky. Blue Health. I like that. That's a lovely name. Yeah, I've been talking about negative ions and negatively charged molecules. So isn't that interesting? Many participants also go to access Sea Sanctuary, other services, which cover everything from anxiety management and mindfulness classes to art workshops and family development support. In all cases, the sea is never far away. There's something unknowable about this watery mass that covers 70% of the world's surface, Sapien notes, and that in itself is incredibly powerful. So what do you think of that, everyone? Yeah. So I think it's just great. You know, the sea. I mean, I don't know about you lot, but I love to go and be by the sea. There's just something about it. You know, I try and get to the sea as often as I can, but where I live in Bedfordshire, we're pretty far. My nearest sea is about 2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that. I wish I lived closer to the sea, but if one of these big waves come, I'm glad I don't live so close. If you know what I mean. I've got some big hills I can climb. Now, what's everyone saying? What's everyone saying about this? So we got to Kerry saying about that channel. Spanish is saying, fuck Dinny. I'd rather not, Spanish. There's some jokes going on. Lionshare, it might go past 10 for Rob to read the chat. Shut it, Lionshare. You love it. You're only here because you love it. Absconded or pissed off? I think you meant about that story. Yeah. I hated school indoctrination camps. I definitely heard someone shouting, aha. The sea can heal, says Paula. Absolutely. Salty water is good, says Spanish Chicken. He actually said something decent for a change. Yeah, salt water is very good. My ex-wife had a dog that always had a skin problem. And whenever he came with us down to the sea, he would go back without a skin problem because he'd be in the sea all the time and it would sort his skin out. Yeah, absolutely. Sea salt, which, salty water is good. There's talk about salty. Paula, you don't need a posh sanctuary, just yourself. Jimmy says, there are seamen on the starboard bow, shoot to kill. I think that refers to Star Trekking across the universe. Didn't think I'd know that, Jimmy, did you, eh? Kindo saying, it's life, Jim, but not as we know it. See, they're pulling out all the old ones here. They're pulling out all the... There you go. And Jimmy says, hey, Kendo, we come in peace, shoot to kill. That's referring back to that dreadful song, Star Trekking Across the Universe. So 10 of the cutest animals. Should we share my screen? Here we go. 10 of the cutest animals. I know you want to hear this. Hang on. I've got to go back first to share my screen. Bear with. Share screen. Share screen. Is it window? Telegram, Vigilante, Chrome. What's it in? What have I got it on? Oh, I've got it on my Word. Window, Telegram, Vigilante, Chrome. Entire screen. No, we don't want that. Oh, there it is. Hang on. I think I've got it. No, how do I get... Bear with me. Bear with. Is it that? No, it's not that. It's not that. Why can't I get to this? I'm being a numpty. How did I get to that? How did I share that with you before? Window, Telegram, StreamYard. That might be it. Let me just try that. No. Okay, let me just try this. Okay. I think you can see that. Can you see that? Let me just have a look. Let me just ask you guys. Can you see that? Just say yes if you can in the chat. Can you see that when I put that little cuddly animal up? Can you see it? Someone say yes. Come on, in the chat. No, you can't. Oh, bollocks. Yes, you can. If I... No. Oh, poo-poo. No. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay, I'm going back. I could share that before, my Word document. Why can't I share that with you now then? Oh, maybe I have to put it up. So if I put that there and then I go back there and then I go share. I'll make up your mind, Tony. Yes. I've got no, 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 and then yes. Okay, let's have a look. There it is. I got it. I know you can see it now. Okay, so there you go. 10 of the cutest tiny animals. Oh, everybody say, oh. Madame Bertha's mouse lemur. The Madame Bertha's mouse lemur is not just super cute. This tiny little mammal is also a primate. There are over 20 species of mouse lemur. This variety is the smallest of them. In fact, it's a little critter. Is the smallest of all primates. It's just 9.2 centimeters long and weighing 30 grams. These guys dine on a diet consisting of fruits, tree gums, sugary insects, excretions, and are also known to consume insects and small lizards. They are also only found on the island of Madagascar and are actually critically endangered due to logging. There you go. Oh, little cutie, cutie. Next one. Look at this little mini pixel. Oh, the Atruskin Shrew. Atruskin Shrew is the smallest mammal by mass, weighing only 1.8 grams. Though it is small in size, it has a huge appetite, eating up to 2 times its body weight every day. The tiny shrew has a heart rate that can reach up to 1,500 beats per minute, which is faster than any other animal on the planet. The shrew is solitary by nature, apart from during mating season. You can find these shrews in various countries across Europe, including France, Croatia, and Turkey. I love a kebab. Next, it's a tiny little batty. Hello, batty. Kitty, and this is called Kitty's Hog Nose Bat. Look, Kitty, you're aligned with a bat. The Kitty's Hog Nose Bat is named for its pig-like nose, but this is where the similarities with a hog ends. This little bat weighs a minuscule 2 grams and is around 3 centimeters on average. It's nicknamed the bumblebee bat. The bats live together in small colonies of up to 100 bats and reside in Thailand and Myanmar. I think that's how you say it anyway. Look at these ones. Look. Pygmy possums. Look at them. They are so tiny. They're really cute. Australia is well known for its wildlife. The country is famous for their marsupial mammals, like the kangaroo and koala. The pygmy possum is a little known marsupial. However, this might be because they are so well hidden. The smallest of these possums is known as the tiny pygmy possum. They are found in Tasmania and Kangaroo Island. Oh, and now we've got a little chappy here. Look at this. Yes. This is the lizard nana, or nana, lizard nana. The first reptile to make it onto the list is so small it can easily sit atop of a finger. The Brookesia lizard nana hails from Madagascar again and is actually a type of chameleon and believed to be the smallest lizard in the world. There are over 30 species of this lizard, all of which are small in size, though the nana is the smallest at 21.6 millimeters long. Look, you can see the finger. That's on a finger. Wow. Ribbit. The Monte Iberia dwarf frog. This frog hails from the rainforest of Cuba. Though good luck seeing it, these guys are only 9.5 millimeters in length, but don't let their size fool you. These miniature frogs pack a poisonous punch, releasing a muscle paralyzing toxin that freezes any predators that might think about eating them. Interestingly, this frog is never a tadpole and hatches as a fully formed froggy. I say. Oh, another little cutie! Dwarf three-toed jerboa. Never heard of it. The world's smallest rodent looks like a strange cross between a mouse and a kangaroo. Look at the size of his feet. Look at it. The dwarf three-toed jerboa, otherwise known as the Balachian pygmy jerboa, are native to Pakistan and live in desert regions. This little mammal is 5 centimeters long and is an incredible jumper thanks to its kangaroo-like legs. Fun fact, jerboa do not drink water, getting all of their moisture they need from plants they eat. Fun fact. That was fun. It's a birdie. Look at this beautiful birdie. Look, I think it's a hummingbird, a bee hummingbird. The beautiful bee hummingbird is named for its size and the fact that it is commonly mistaken for a bee. These birds grow to around 6 centimeters and are the smallest of any bird currently on record. Like all hummingbirds, they have incredibly fast wings. Their wings beat 80 times a second, which allows them to fly up to 20 hours without a break. Their heartbeat is around 1,260 times a minute. Wow, which is much faster than the average humans, which is normally 60 to 100 BPM. Everything about these birds is small, including their tiny eggs, which are around the size of a coffee bean. Their nests are also tiny, around the size of an American quarter. There we go. Look, isn't it beautiful? And I think this is the final one. Look at this. Look at this, chapper. Hello there. Speckled Cape Tortoise. Hello, Speckled Cape Tortoise. Compared to most species of tortoise, the Speckled Cape is remarkably small. This one weighs at a mighty 160 grams. Compare this with the Galapagos tortoise, which is those massive tortoises, which can reach up to 300 kilograms. The mating ritual of the Speckled Cape tortoise involves the male and female nodding heads at each other. Very civilized. There we go. So let's stop sharing. Let's come back to you, horrible look. Hello. There I am again. Did you enjoy that? See, it's not just health. We give you some happy stuff to put a smile on your face. We educate you on this program. Oh, dear. Well, at least I got to show you them. Hedgehogs are cute, says Paula. Oh, Tony, that's terrible. That's as bad as some of my jokes. I can't pull myself away from the frog topics. I find frogs riveting. That's a bad Scottish accent. Sorry about that, Tony. But that was a bad joke. Any other bad jokes that people have put in? Kerry says, oh, my heart is going to burst. See, Kerry, nice and cute stuff here as well. Never hear girls saying that's cute when they. No, come on, Spanish. That's not nice. You're such a. Uni says, that kangaroo going to kick you in the balls. Possums make good eating. Tony. Oh, dear. Yeah, the jokes are rolling in. These animals are very nice, but you need a lot of them to fill you up. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with 10 minutes to go, let's give you some dreadful jokes, shall we? Yeah. And then we can put... oh, actually, there is one more cute animal, and it's called the Fennec Fox. This little fox, I'll show it to you in a second. This little fox is the smallest of all fox species, arguably the cutest. The Fennec Fox is indigenous to North Africa and lives in the Sahara Desert. They grow only to 20 centimeters in height and can weigh anywhere between 1 and 1.9 kilos. Their huge ears actually help these little canids hear better and keep them cool in the heat of the Sahara. These foxes are extremely friendly and sociable and hang out together in groups. These foxes are also extremely committed spouses. They are monogamous and mate for life. I can't even spell monogamous, and I know why that is. Let me show you then. Let me share that with you and show you. Share screen. The last foxy. There it is. Share. There it is. Look. The Fennec Fox. Look at that. The size of those ears. Oh dear. It is pretty cute, isn't it? There you go. Okay, so let's let's stop sharing. Let's come back to you. And back again. Okay, so and finally, okay, here's some one-liners for you. Some terrible dad jokes. My son said that, Dad, he said, you're a bit cringy. You do terrible dad jokes. He's absolutely right. Subway is definitely the healthiest fast food available because they make you get out of the car. So the pizza place is for that one. Whenever someone calls me ugly, I get super sad and hug them because I know how tough life is for the visually impaired. I don't engage in mental combat with the unarmed. I like that one. I have an inferiority complex, but it's not a very good one. With great reflex comes great responsibility. Shall I repeat that for you? You've got to think about that one. With great reflexes comes great responsibility. Last one, because I know how much you love them. My wife says she is no longer buying junk food for the family. Why? Because everyone just eats it. There you go. They weren't the best one-liners, were they, really? Nah. I think my previous ones have been better. So, there you go. We're done. Spanish chicken, yes. Rob's milk brings all the ladies to the yard, but where is the fucking yard? Bedfordshire yard, Spanish. Bedfordshire yard. Actually, I went past a raw milk place the other day, and I love raw milk. It's so good. It's so good for you. I know a lot of people say it's rubbish, but I really love raw milk. Let's put an invite. Yes. Let's invite people. It's copied. Okay. And let's go back to that. Copied to clipboard. Copied to clipboard. Copied. Let's put that in the chat. Let's paste that down there. There you go. So, with 5 minutes to go, we've put the link in for the after show. Please join us for the after show chat if you want to come in and chat some rubbish or just have a go at whoever's in there, because there you go. Look, he's always here. Look, let's just put him up because he just loves to be on. Look, here he is. Look, there you go. He just loves to be here.
Yeah.
Did you get on Jimmy's show last night?
Say again?
Did you get onto Jimmy's show last night?
Not the show itself, but the after show, yes.
Oh, you got onto the after show. There you go. He didn't let you on then.
You know, he didn't let anybody on. He Jimmy tends to like to do his shows by himself unless Jason, of course, is around.
Is that right? I don't know.
He tends to like to present his stories and all that. So,
well, I've shared a show with Jimmy before, and if he wants to share one in the future, I'll always be available, and Jimmy knows that. So, I don't know if Jimmy's coming into the after show or he's been. Have you been in and out of the cookie show, Taylor?
Not really, no, honestly.
No.
Nothing against Cookie. I think he's a swell guy, but his shows honestly confuse me and just leave me sitting there thinking, huh?
It's quite highbrow, isn't it? Cookie's show.
Yeah. He says some good stuff though.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Not to mention, he has of course his friends to help him out as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peter and whatever the other guys' names are, I forget.
So tell me, Taylor, do you like my health show?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It does what it's trying to do, and I think that's what's important.
Is it good for is it a good offshoot to Raconteurs News?
I would say yeah, because I feel like that health is also an important subject, and you can talk about geopolitics all you want, but I feel that health is important as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really enjoying doing it. I think it's not overboard. I think if I do a subject every 2 weeks as well, it's not overboard. I know the raccoons love seeing Jason and do his show and do his thing. But this is just something a bit different. And thank you everyone for the lovely comments. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And if you want to just put any ideas quickly before you leave, or unless you've left already, but if you want to put any ideas in the chat about maybe what you'd like me to cover in the future, then please do it. I will have a look back at the chat again when I get a chance, because I do try and do that, because if I've missed anything, I'll try and do that. I'll also try and maybe post some links about B12 in the notes, in the show. If you want to comment in the comments bit, I'll post some links in there as well. So again, thank you everyone who's watched tonight live. Thank you to everyone who watches it, the playback. I really appreciate it. Please give me some feedback if you want to comment. Put some comments if there's something you want me to cover that you think is important. If I think it's really important, I'll try and cover it. But yeah, I wonder whether these people are going to add to. Will Chicken come on? Is he gonna say something? Can we hear him talk live? Are you going to talk live, Chicken? No, he's not. Are you going to talk live? Hey, there you go. Look, see, we finally got you to talk live. There you go, because we're still live. Right? We've got 2 minutes to go. Come on, Chicken. Come on, abuse me.
I changed my voice to the posh voice. How are you doing, guys?
You said guys.
Because you don't.
It's true, I do actually as well. I don't give a monkey's uncle.
I don't understand.
Spanish is very nice of you to come to the after chat. We also got Paula popped in there. I'm gonna say good night now. Thanks again to everyone.
Cheers, folks,
for coming along to the show and watching it. I'm going to end the broadcast now. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, or if there's someone in private chat. Oh, Paula's here as well. Yeah. So I'll see you when I see you, either on the Raccoons show or on the Health Freedom show in 2 weeks' time. Okay. Many thanks. Cheers, everyone. Bye for now. Bye-bye.